This is my first day walking the Camino de Santiago. Today I'm going to Roncesvalles, and it's one of the hardest parts of the route that I heard. About 25 kilometers or so, and so far a lot of it is going uphill. A little nervous and scared, but excited at the same time just because I'm going by myself, and also it's a long ways ahead. Total of 35 days. Hopefully I can get to the Finisterre, the end past the Santiago Compostela. Day one, not easy, a lot harder than I expected. I was thinking it'd be, just not bad because it seemed like people finish around noon. But after this first day, I'm sure it'll get a lot easier. And today is day 2. Yesterday was supposed to take me 6 hours and 40 minutes. It took me like 10 hours. I thought I was going to die. But maybe today will be a little better. Today is day 3, going from Zubiri to Pamplona, and it's getting better a little bit every day. Still a little challenging. Today, what's the hardest is, again, my pinky toes have been bothering me, I think because it's just been rubbing against the shoe for some reason. So I tightened them and hopefully that'll help. And sometimes I just run out of breath. Like my chest feels a little bit tight and I can't, I take shallow breaths. I don't really know why that is, but I think maybe part of the reason is I feel like I should be walking faster because everyone here walks pretty fast compared to what I'm used to, and I feel like I should be keeping up with them, but that leads me to not enjoying the walk as much. It's just trying to get there fast, and I do want to get there fast because then that'll be less time walking and less time with weight on my shoulders. But anyways, Pamplona is one of the bigger cities, so if I have time I'll do some errands and maybe send a couple stuff back home or to Santiago. Try to get an adapter for my charger, find some more chapstick, and yeah, honestly these days I didn't really have time to do much thinking. I didn't really get to think, about spiritual stuff. I was just thinking about, the pain. But I think once I start getting used to it, I'll have more thoughts in my mind. And also, I've walked with Anthony today for about an hour or 2. He's from Ireland. He's older, maybe late 50s, 60s. But he's really nice. He's a gentleman. And yesterday I walked with my friend from the Netherlands. She's 28, but her name is kind of hard, so I forgot it. And I met a lot of other great people. Yep, so we'll see how this goes today. So right now it's 7:38 a.m. I woke up around 5:45 and packed my sleeping bag, packed my stuff, got some coffee, and made my little Camino. Made my little sandwich with jam. For sure, day by day, it's getting easier. My body's getting used to it, and I have more tips, such as, exactly where to tighten and loosen my backpack. And I also took out my Bible and journal, just left it out of albergue. And I think the most crucial one is, rather than my legs, I've been having a problem with my feet. But just taking time, when it starts to get like almost unbearable, spending like 5 to 10 minutes sitting down and elevating them out as much as I can has been really helping. And also tightening my laces, so relacing them has helped a lot. Yeah. And also this morning I woke up around 5:45, and then I got ready by around 6:30, 6:40. Had some coffee and a little bit of bread, packed my stuff, and then I had shin ramyeon the day before, because it's like once in a every while opportunity, but then I think it just didn't sit well with my stomach because I have a pretty sensitive digestive system. And so this morning I had to really use the bathroom, but I already left the albergue, and I was walking, and the cafe owner, there was this random owner, he came out of the cafe and he told me, oh, you have to actually go this way, because I was kind of lost too. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then I was like, oh, thank you, and then I was like, banyo, like bathroom, and then he was like, oh yes, and then so I used the bathroom and I was like so grateful. So I bought something, and yeah, just like along the way, the people here, the locals, just helping out, pointing out the direction, has been very helpful, and been a positive part of my walk so far.
Be careful, little guy. I don't even see him here.
Today is day 6, and I'm going from Estella to Los Arcos, 22 kilometers. Each day for sure is getting better. This morning I woke up later than I have been waking up, around 7:30. So I have a late start, but we'll see if it's okay waking up later and walking, because since I was getting started earlier in the day, it was nice to walk in a cooler temperature, and it seemed like time was going by faster. But starting the day later, I don't know. But also, if I leave earlier, I get to beat the heat a little bit. But I still, like, once I get to the destination, I don't really have much to do for a couple hours. So I'm like, why did I come so early, you know?
Vamos porque tú vas a te dejo uno o mi. Mira qué pan aquí. Toma pan. Mira qué pan. Mira, mira.
Today is day 8, and I'm going from Logroños to Najera. And these days I've been walking a lot with the mother and son, Renee and Kanan. And today I also walked with Amy. She's from Colorado, but she lived in Nebraska pretty much her whole life. And fun fact is, she used to be a nun for 4 to 5 years. And I think I have more time now to think about things, you know, not just about the pain. So I've been thinking about what this journey means for me and what I want out of it. And yeah. So today is day 11, and I'm going from Santo Domingo to, I forgot the name of the next place. But I think my days, how good it is and how bad it is really depending on my mentality and mood, and how fast I walk and how many breaks I take. A lot of the times I end up walking with someone in the beginning for a couple hours, and they have a faster pace than I do, and I match their pace, and then I end up getting really tired towards the second half of it. And there are times when I know I should be taking breaks, but then I just want to get to the place fast, and then that just makes the whole walk a lot less enjoyable. So just like learning that I don't need to get there very fast has been helpful. And yep, that's one thing that I learned. And yeah, another thing is to take care of my body. If I'm getting cold, I shouldn't be lazy and just wait until I get warm again from walking, but I should wear my jacket, because I made that mistake yesterday and I was like, oh, I'll get warm again in like 10-20 minutes. But then through that time of waiting to get warm, you know, I was cold, and then so I think right now I might be getting a cold, but I had a lot of vitamin C, golden seal. So hopefully I think it's getting better, or it's not going to worsen. But yeah. So today is really windy, and it also drizzled. I'm not feeling the best. I'm sick, and my knee has been getting to me. So instead of going all the way to Ahes, I stopped by Via Frances. I don't know, just the thought of not being able to go all the way to where I intended to go, it's like, makes me scared if I could finish. Still sick. Today I'm planning on walking only about 13 kilometers or so to Ahes. It's not too bad walking right now. The ground isn't super muddy, so it's walkable. Feeling pretty good about today, having an extra day of rest, of just not walking at all at Burgos. It was really good for regaining my strength, and what was kind of interesting is I actually wanted to start walking a little more rather than not. But then having that time alone for myself, it made me reevaluate and think about some stuff again, and whether or not, you know, what I want this trip to really mean. Like, I know what I want it to mean, but it's like not working that way. I wanted to spend more time with God. So hopefully I'll be able to set a time this time just for him. Today wasn't a great day. I'm doing good for most of the time, and then in life, every like couple of months or so, or a month, every month, I get into this very low of emotions, and where I'm very critical of myself. And I wonder if the other days I've had, if it was all a facade, and if that's not who I actually am, and I was just pretending. makes me just question my whole self. But today I saw this guy that I talked for hours yesterday, but it seemed like he just didn't. He wasn't happy with me today. So we were sitting awkwardly in front of each other at a bar, not talking to each other. And then I wonder if it's a me thing, because while it was the most, like, I think him is the most obvious and just strong, but then with a couple other people, it's like okay when I first met him. It goes back to the same question every time. I feel like I'm at a loss, dejected. If I'm a so-called professed believer of Jesus Christ, why am I so unchanged? And I know the answer. But I'm still tied to my sins. I haven't been able to give my all to Christ. But it's a struggle, and if you keep struggling for so long, you wonder if you could ever make it. Yeah, that's the hard part, because you know that you can, because that's the whole point, that Jesus died on the cross. But yet, I can't.
트레일이 굉장히 이쁘네요. 여기는 이렇게 대단히 큰 나무들이 있고,
So it's been a while. The last 4 days I've been walking with the 언니 that I met, and yesterday I met my parents. We met at Mansilla de las Mulas, and we stayed in the village before at the Las Haras albergue, and we parted ways 15 minutes ago, 5 to 10 minutes ago. And today I'm starting my walk a little later because we took our time waking up, getting breakfast at a local, like a cafeteria, like a bar, and I am on my way walking to Lyon, and I'll meet my parents in Arcohuela, and we plan on having lunch there, and then walking to Leon together. So we'll see how that goes. But the weather is so nice today. It's sunny, little, still a little cold, perfect walking weather. Yeah, today's a really good day, and I hope The auntie that I've been walking with she's also doing well as well. Hello, hi.
유니스를 배운 같습니다. 여기 레온으로 들어오는 유니스. 아, 유니스 어땠어? 아, 나이스. 그렇지? 이건 이거는 가벼워하게. 잠깐만. 그렇지. 와우. 이게 뭐였더라? 아르블라르 얹은 이거 비프라 그랬는데, 그리고 우리 유니스는 스모크 살몬 샌드위치, 이거는 쿠키. 잘 먹겠습니다.
야, 가지마.
지훈아, 그 과일 바구니가 덜렁덜렁 할 것 같아.
괜찮아요.
오케이, 잠깐 지원. 바이바이. 바이. 굿럭.
So I was trying to take a different path because it was away from the highway, and now I'm trying to cross this river, this small stream here, but I can't find anywhere to jump. So I'm going through these cornfields, and hopefully I can find a place where I can cross the stream. So I left the cornfields and I just decided to walk back to where this road leads to the main road, so I could get back on the correct path. So I'm here at Astorga, about 8 or 5 to 6 more minutes to the albergue. Hopefully they have a space there. If not, I'll have to go to my second option, which is more expensive but a little nicer. Today I'm going from Astorga to Fonsa Espadon. Yesterday was tough. I was like one of the last people who arrived at the albergue around 4:40. I got lost for like 30-40 minutes not lost, but I took the wrong path, thinking that it would lead to the main path. And I spent so much time eating lunch because he was taking too long to prepare. There are all these setbacks. And today there's a possibility of rain for like 5 hours or so with 30-40% chance. I hope that today will be a bit better and that I won't feel rushed to get to the next place, especially because I made a reservation. Last night there was a Korean person who was telling me that, you know, I should start worrying about where to stay at the next villages because the albergues are closing and there might not be space, and that starts to make me freak out. I'll just see how it goes and maybe get some more information. I asked the other Korean that I was spending time with, and she doesn't seem too worried. So, you know, we'll just see where the walk takes me. It's a rainbow in the sky. It's so pretty. Wow. The path here right now is all water, so I need to walk on the sides, and luckily my shoes are vortex, so the water hasn't been super clear, but I kind of regret just not going out to the main road like a lot of people have been doing. But I'm almost there. I think I see the village. Hopefully that is the village, and I'm almost done. Panseradon! It's the time.
Y dale agua caliente.
It's snowing. I think once I go down this mini mountain, the weather should be better because there's only mountain on the snow, it seems like. Going from Fonsagrado to Ponteferra, 27-ish miles, kilometers. It's completely fogged up here, but I should be at the next village in about 0.6 miles or so. Today is day 30, and you know, the Camino actually used to be like a spiritual journey that was created by the Catholic Church. The purpose was to, you know, go all the way to Santiago. But before that, I heard that it was actually up all the way to Finisterre, which is, you know, supposedly the end of the world, because it was like the tip of the land of where the land meets the ocean. But then, so anyways, people still walk the Camino today for religious reasons, but some people just walk it for their own personal reasons or just for the sake of it. But anyways, for me, I think religious reason was a big part. And I had the opportunity to talk about my beliefs and my values with people that I've been walking with. And I think that by sharing this with other people, not just other SDA, Seventh-day Adventists, I really have, like, it kind of became like a practice for me of how to share my faith and seeing what I should work on. For example, like sometimes I get kind of like heated up in the moment, or like I really want to share what I believe, and then what I'm trying to say might sound like come out a bit like strong, when you know that can be kind of like hard for the other person to take in. So for me to I guess display my religion and beliefs in a more peaceful and patient manner, and also just the fact that I want to be someone who shares God to others through the Word of God. Like, I don't want it to be my opinions, so I guess, you know, I need to now get my evidence from the Bible and be able to convey it in the best way through verses in the Bible. I think that's super important, but that I haven't been doing because I don't know enough verses like by memory. So yeah. Also yesterday, while I was talking to two men, I think one guy was from England, the other from Scotland. There were two topics that came up of what is the opposite of love, and you know, this other guy, he's from the Free Church from Scotland, or he used to be, and he decided not to believe in, you know, God anymore, or Christianity. And he was saying he went from church to church, like different churches, and then he just decided it wasn't for him. But, you know, thinking about these two topics, well, first thinking about the topic of the opposite of love, I said it was sin. The other guy said it was pride. And I think the reason why it's sin is because God is love, right? And if God equals love, then how great must love be? And I think love, the opposite of love, it can't merely just be pride. It's pride, you know, fornication, jealousy, hatred, all those things which sin basically encompasses, and where the origin of sin and the things of like these actions and thoughts and intents come out of. And out of love comes joy, peace, happiness, communion with God, and a relationship with Him. So sin is ultimately what separates us from God, and God is love. But usually I need time to like digest things and think about it. So when we were talking about it yesterday, I wasn't able to convey this that well. I'm like, I wish I can talk about it now. But I'm sure, the past is the past. And also for the guy who went to the different churches and he found that Christianity is not for him. If I was given another chance, what I want to tell him is, ultimately it's not a church that we need to find, but it's God through the scriptures and through prayer. And I think that maybe that's what he failed to focus on, rather than finding the right group or right church for him. And I think when people were asking me what Seventh-day Adventism is and where it started from, I started to get really detailed, and then also I just kind of like ended it in a weird way. But I think it might be better to just broadly explain it, because I don't want the focus to be on the religion, but the focus to be on God. I think that's really what's important, and something that I learned from Bethel. There was a New Star Center I was volunteering at, but the person in charge at Bethel, he always was emphasizing to the people that Bethel was not a place, it's not a like Seventh-day Adventist church place like organized by the church, but it's basically not part of a specific organization of the state church, is what he was trying to say. And at first, I was like, well, why don't you just proudly say it? But then I started to learn that the emphasis should not be on our denomination, but really on God. That's what should come first. So yeah, I think being able to share and stuff, it's been helping me to kind of realize and see where I'm at and how I'm able to share my faith to others, and how I can do that more effectively and in a better way through the leading of the Holy Spirit. So I made the wrong turn, went on the wrong path, and that added 30 more minutes to the walking. So I'm going back to the village so that I can go back onto the right route. This is the fourth time this has happened, so I'm very mad at myself right now, because when I'm walking, I do everything I can to walk as little as possible. I don't take any, extra steps to go somewhere if it's not necessary. But it's my mistake, what can I do? Here. So I finished my walk today of 28 kilometers here in Arzua. and I'm going to go get dinner now. Santiago SOLO.
Mira, ahí mismo.